After Endgame, we got in a total of 14 films, so let's rank those 14 films after Endgame. And in last place is Quantumania. And with this film, I don't think it was really terrible. It had some funny moments. I like the dynamic between the family, and I thought King was awesome. MODOK was a dick, but yet he was hilarious. At number 13 is Love and Thunder, and this was a film I do not hate. With this film, it does have its funny moments, but I do agree it did went a bit overboard with the humor. At number 12 is Black Widow. I do believe that this explored Black Widow's past perfectly well. We got introduced to several awesome characters. The Taskmaster stuff was meh, but this was a great Black Widow film that released several years too late. Should have had Winter Widow also, just saying. At number 11 is Eternals, and I do believe that this film introduced to an amazing set of characters. The cinematography was amazing, the visuals was amazing. I do admit it was overstuffed, but I do think that this was an amazing film. At number 10 is The Marvels, and I had a lot of fun with this film. Captain Marvel, she is one of my favorites, and I love these three characters. I thought that this was a fun adventure film with these three. At number 9 is Captain America Brave New World. Even though the leader looked ugly, I thought that this was still a good film. Anthony Mackie's Captain America was awesome. And it was great to see Red Hulk, Harrison Ford as the Red Hulk. At number 8 is Far From Home. And I thought this was an amazing Spider-Man film. I liked Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio. I liked what they did with Tom Holland's Spider-Man in this film. It was a great Spider-Man film. At number 7 is Shang-Chi. I thought this had an amazing backstory, amazing visuals, and some of the best fight scenes in the MCU. At number 6 is Wakanda Forever. How this film dealt with Chadwick Boseman's death was done amazingly well, as I felt it brought closure to the fans. Plus it introduces Namor, and he was amazing. At number 5 is Multiverse of Madness. Sam Raimi did an amazing job with this film. Doctor Strange was awesome, and let's be real, Wanda slayed. At number 4 is Thunderbolt, and with this film it did feel a bit unique compared to the other MCU films, but yet at the same time it is still really good, as it is great to see these set of characters team up and work together. And Bucky is one of my favorite characters, so it's great to see him in this. At number 3 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and I thought that this was a perfect wrap-up to this version of the Guardians, a perfect wrap-up to the trilogy of the Guardians. And with this being James Gunn's final Marvel film, as he went on to be the leader of DC, he did an amazing job with this film. At number 2 is Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, this was pretty much the Deadpool film I always wanted. I always wanted to see these two team up in a good film. Wanted to see Hugh Jackman Wolverine in the yellow and blue spandex, and that's what we got. But at number 1 is Spider-Man No Way Home. We got the 3 Spider-Man on screen in this, and this is pretty much every Spider-Man fan's dream. Andrew Garfield was my favorite Spider-Man. It was great to see him. Tobey Maguire was the Spider-Man I grew up with. It was great to see him again. Is it perfect? No, but yet this was still an amazing Spider-Man film. Overall, that is my ranking of all of the MCU films after Endgame, post-Endgame, but what would be your ranking? Let me know in the comments below and follow me for more.